Yeah, you go. We good, yeah. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Yo. There's pressure that comes with the block. You could end up inside of a box when you get your eyeballs by out. After getting set up by a thought. Opportunity, it doesn't knock. No, that sound right there be the cops. Yo. And all of that stress that we talking still keeps punching the clock. You think I want to sweep your floor from 8 to 4? Fuck, I want to take your orders for when your favorite star got an Audemars that's worth more than mama's car. Type of shit make you want to say fuck the law. When your rent's due and your piss poor, nigga, we don't even own our own corner store. So call the waters, cost a quarter more. We want to be an entrepreneur. We want sign checks. We want work for ourselves. We want on the nets. You're too much of a threat when you're on your own assets. So the only thing they show us is how to be an outlet. So we won't connect. Let's say hi like hola. Listen to Hova. Whip up a rover. Been watching Power. Tommy and Ghost Bruh. So I need some powder. Fish scale and soda for 99 cents. How to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. How to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah. Money is a motive. Repeat my history, crack cocaine is like the motif. It's plain and simple, way back then my mother hustled. It's in my blood, so I feel like it's time to grind, just like the times when niggas lied. Hold up, back then was the bad days. Motherfuckers push mad when I was a crack baby. Tell me nothing about my mother and the struggle. See, I love it in the struggle, trying to struggle. She hustle, selling everything in the house, goddamn. She ain't give a damn about stars, goddamn. Some of us brother had to man up, had to take care of us in the piece with 4 kids. Alone on the way with no flip, no food in the fridge, on some cold shit. Got food stamps from the neighbors. Tired working, there's no favors. Late night, he was shot bodegas. Upper bread is to me some mayo. Kool-Aid had about 4 flavors. And when time went to cash out, I can lash out. Told me he take food stamps. $15 for that kid. Fuck all that shit. Then the young nigga noticed that he could be the coldest. Take back what they hold us. Whole world on the shoulders. No food in the kitchen but the stove work. $10 in the sack and he points to the back. Say, let me get that soda. 99 cents. How to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. How to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah. So let me get this shit straight. So I gotta go take out loans to go to school, to get a job, just to pay for the loans I took out in the first place. I'm looking at this arm and hammer like I should have a hammer in my arm right goddamn now. This shit ain't make no sense. Lord, make it make sense. Goddamn. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Hey, it's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Gotta pay rent, you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense.
Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because when we let me take all out from all the pain that we're going through, we know that you live, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. song say you. So go find me. I was mature enough to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so please follow through. Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just want to follow you. So that was your way and to play with. I was mature enough to say the same shit. Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. U.P.K play for kings. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did it sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. This shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Beach. And the devil screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to cover the curtain. On my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. You niggas weak, they be churchy. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. They cross the line, I'm gonna back up, and I'ma hit his ass with his Bible. And I come through 300 strong, 144 here night. All my niggas weak. Man, this bitch with the hype. Say, oh, y'all do the sweet. Tell y'all it's do the sweet. When nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass out the lead. He ain't one of us hit the lead. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I keep it low to the T. U.P.K play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did it sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the street, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You saw this cotton just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my targets on the move, bitch, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on him like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we tanks. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit. I keep it on to the T. U.P.K play for kings. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngins did it sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbarakatham to all the brothers, Yahweh, Shem, all the Thun, by Shem, Yahweh, to all the sisters. We're the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. All right? And the truth of the Bible is that this Bible is about brotherhood. The whole Bible is about brotherhood. It's about brotherhood and sisterhood and family, right? Because if you ever read the Bible, it follows one family. I said this yesterday. It follows one family, and they call it the family of the Israelites, right? All 12 tribes. That's who it follows. They don't follow anybody else, right? Only reason why you see other nations in that in the Bible is because we had dealings with other nations, just like we do now. Just like we do now. If they was writing the present day Bible, they would have all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in it. right? And then they will have the dealings that Edomites have with us, and Ammonites have with us, and Moab have with us, and these different nations have with us, right? But the main focus will be about Israelites. That's what the main focus will be about. It'll be about Israelites. And today we're going to talk about how brotherhood and family is one and the same, but it takes brotherhood. It takes brotherhood to keep a family together, right? And that's what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are missing nowadays. They're missing that brotherhood in their family, right? They're missing that bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. That's what they're missing. They're missing that rank and order, that housing structure in the household, so that kids can grow up with seeing a mother, a father loving a mother, and a mother loving a father, so they can understand what it takes to become to become so they can see what it takes to become a God-fearing household. Can I say that? All right. So they can see what it takes to become men and women of the men of the Lord, and raising and so our women won't be whores growing up, children won't be whores, brothers won't be gangbanging out there selling drugs and doing all types of wickedness. All right. That's what it takes. It takes brotherhood to and it also takes brotherhood to override this oppression. One second. I can already feel it. Salakia, it's hot. I can already feel the heat. But it takes brotherhood to override this oppression in America, especially with this devil over here. Right? So let's get to the scriptures. Right? So first we're gonna start off with let's get Leviticus 19 and 17. Let's get Leviticus 19 and 17. So we should start off with a brotherhood law, right? Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. That's where we're gonna start at.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right. It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. You gotta, you right here next to the mic.
Salaki.
This is gonna be loud for them. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So it says you shouldn't hate your brother in thy heart. So that's what it says. It says you shouldn't hate your brother in your heart. What is hating your brother in your heart? What is that? Can anybody type it in for me? Do you know what hate your brother in your heart, in thy heart is?
Salaki, I would say to hate him for any reason.
Well, give me, I understand that, but some examples of hating your brother in the heart. We do
having no love for your brother.
Yeah. That's understandable, but we used to do it all the time before we was in the I.S.U.P.K.
Killing thy brother.
Right. That's one way. Can you give me some more?
Stealing from thy brother.
That's two.
Having sex with thy brother's confidant or significant other.
That's three.
Being jealous of your brother.
Right. That's four.
Being greedy and selfish towards your brother.
That's five. Yeah, the list goes on and on, right? Because we grow. That's what the world teaches us. The world teaches us how to hate our brother, how to hate our sisters. I'm gonna give you another one: brothers sleeping with sisters and throwing them away. That's another form of hate. That's another form of hating your brother or hating your sister, right? Sisters kicking brothers out of the household. That's another way of hating your brother, hating your sister. That's another way. What about selling drugs to your brother, or your sister?
That's definitely.
You know what I'm talking about? That's another way. You know what I mean? And most importantly, when a sister kicks the man out the house, right? She really is hating her kids because she won't let her kids be disciplined by a man. Won't let her kids be disciplined at all. Right, so she really hating her kids. She wants her kids to grow up and she wants her son to grow up and be homosexual. Right. She wants her daughter to grow up and be a hoe.
That's right.
I mean, sorry, a whore. Sorry. Salakia.
But that's what they would. That's what they want. That's basically what they want. They want the kids to grow up without discipline, right? That's hating your brother in your heart, in thine heart. Keep going.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. So it says in any wise you should correct your neighbor. Right. When you see your neighbor going to go sin, you should correct that thing there. You should go over there. Hey, brother, I don't think that's a wise thing to do right there. You know what I'm talking about, sister? I don't think it's wise to kick him out the house. You know what I mean? So you have to always be. That's why you have to be well versed in the scripture, so that way you can actually bring the scriptures to the brother or to the sister. You know what I mean? And that also goes in your household.
Yeah.
It also goes inside your household. So black woman, when the man comes to you and tries to correct you and tries to tell you this and that, don't get in your feelings and get all upset and want to yell and be irate and everything like we do.
Right.
And same thing to you, brother. When a sister comes to you and says, out of the kindness of their heart, and tell you something like, I don't think you spend enough time with me. You know what I mean? Can you try to spend more time with me, brother? That's your job to love your wife. That's your job to love your kids. You know what I'm talking about? You also have that job. You have that job to the Lord. You must do that job to the Lord. That comes first. That job to the Lord comes first. But then you also have to know how to try to balance your time out and spend time with your woman too, because she needs attention. Your kids needs attention. They need to see the man that's ruling over them. You know what I'm talking about? Because the man is the head of the house, right? All right. Keep going.
And not suffer sin upon him.
So black man, you can't be around the house hitting on your wife. You can't be around the house smoking weed all day, not doing nothing. Because you are now sinning. So you have to be a actual pillar in the household so the women and the kids can lean on you when they need to lean on you. You can't just be around there doing nothing. You know what I mean? You going to camp, okay. You going to teach class, okay. You doing these things, okay. Most high in Christ, but also when something happens in the household and they need you to give guidance and to give guidance and to give the understanding from a priest and prophet, from a man of the Lord, right? That's what you need to do. That's your job. All right, keep going.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against thy children of thy people.
Right, you shouldn't bear any grudges. You shouldn't want to avenge anything with your brothers. That I brought it up earlier about the women kicking the brothers out the house. Right, you shouldn't want to kick. You shouldn't want to kick your man out the house. And brothers, when they kick you out the house, you shouldn't be one to go sleep with their sister, sleep with their best friend about it. You shouldn't want to go do that thing just so you can get back at her. Shalom, Yahweh, sir. You don't want to do these. You don't want to do these things to your wife, because that's your wife. That's part of you. You know what I mean? You have to guide her and teach her how to be how to be more of a woman of a woman. You know what I mean? You have to guide her and give her lessons. You know what I mean? Because right now in society, she probably grew up with being molested. She probably grew up with a mother that was on drugs, a father that wasn't around, right? So now she gets with you because she gets with you, and now you want to abuse and you want to have sex with her, and then leave her. You know what I'm talking about? You can't do these things with these women today, because you have to be more of a pillar. You know what I'm talking about? You have to be somebody that's something that she can lean on. And of course, it's going to come with problems. Every relationship comes with problems. Even if you have a relationship with your brother, have a relationship with a sister, you have a relationship with your wife. But all of that is going to come with problems, and how you handle those problems is the difference between having brotherhood or hating thy brother. That's the difference. So you can resolve the things with your wife, you can resolve the things with your brother, you can resolve the things with your sister, or y'all can just hate each other. But the Lord don't want no hate. You hating your brother in the kingdom. That's not gonna get you to the kingdom.
Come.
That's why we have. Give me Matthew 18, 15. Hold that though. Hold that. But give me Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. That's why we have laws like this or things like this to combat that hating thy brother. So I feel or sister. Let me say that.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Moreover,
right.
If thy brother shall trespass against thee,
right, or sister, if your brother shall trespass against you, or sister shall trespass against you, right? Do something that you don't like do something that you don't like that you can go talk to your brother or your sister about. Go ahead.
Go and tell him or her their fault between thee and him alone, or
right.
her alone.
Does it say that?
It doesn't, Salaki. I was just trying to accommodate for this.
No, don't do that. Just read it like it is.
All right, Salaki.
All right.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Right. It says, go tell him his fault between you and him alone, or her alone. Right? Go ahead.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Right. If he hears you or she hears you, be like, oh, my bad. I didn't know that made you feel like that. You know what I'm talking about? I apologize. What you know what? Pour this drink. Here you go. Take this drink. I apologize. It will never happen again. Y'all take that drink. Right? So y'all should you will have gained a brother or a sister. You have gained a loved one. You know what I'm talking about? Because they be like, hey, I can trust that brother because he had a problem with me and he came to me and told me my fault that he had with me. He came to me and told me like, hey, I ain't like the way you was such and such. Instead of holding a grudge and letting it stir up confusion and things like that inside of him, letting him stir up a hate inside of him or her. Right, because that hate is a demon, and he's gonna come, and it's gonna come. So that's why it's important to do that. Keep going though. Keep going.
Verse 16.
Right.
But if he will not hear thee,
right. So if your brother or your sister be like, man, you tripping. I did what? Man, you tripping, man. You supposed to be tougher than that. Go ahead.
Then take with thee one or two more.
Right. And so it said, go get somebody. Go get a brother. Go get us. Hey, come here, man. I'm trying to talk to this brother. He don't want to listen to me. Come here, man, so you can be a witness and hear what's going on. Go ahead.
That in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses.
Right. This says 2 or 3 witnesses. Right. Go ahead.
Every word may be established.
Right. So you can go and talk to this brother with 2 or 3 witnesses. Like, look, man, I tried to talk to you earlier alone, so nobody else will get involved. But now it's just me. But you didn't want to hear me. So now I brought such and such over here. And now we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. Right. And then then what happens? If he be like, oh, so okay, so I must have been tripping since, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so am I tripping? Yeah, you tripping. Okay, that's a lot here, brother. Let's go ahead and pour this drink, toast, and let's go ahead and hash it out. I apologize. I didn't know I was acting like that. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know that. That's not acting like me at all. I didn't know how you felt. I know you felt like some type of way, but I thought you was just tripping. But now I know I'm tripping because there's 2 or 3 brothers telling me that I'm tripping, so I must be tripping. But keep reading.
Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them.
Right. So if he's still acting hard-headed like Israel likes to do, like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans like to do, we like to be hard-headed, we like to be stiff-necked, we like to be rebellious. Right? That's what the whole Bible we was doing that. The whole Bible we was that with the Most High. We was stiff-necked, rebellious. We didn't want to do what we was told. The whole Bible. Right? Go ahead.
Tell it unto the church.
It says, tell it unto who?
Tell it unto the church.
So tell it unto everybody. Tell it unto the congregation. Everybody must know what's going on here. Everybody got to know what's going on here now because you didn't want to listen to your brothers and you didn't want to hash it out. You didn't want to say, oh, I apologize, brother. I didn't know you want to be a big man. So now we're going to take it in front of everybody. Go ahead.
But if he neglect to hear the church.
If what?
But if he neglect to hear the church,
if he neglect to hear everybody, the whole congregation, if he neglect to hear everybody that's telling them, hey, bro, you is wrong. You was wrong for that. If he neglects to hear everybody, what happens?
Let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
Let him be to him as what?
A heathen.
Let him be to him as a heathen, right? As the other nation. Let him go on his own, because he's no good for this congregation. He's no good to be an Israelite. Why is he no good to be an Israelite? Because Israel, we abide by rules, laws, statutes, and commandments. And the Most High God is gonna have to deal with him now. Right? The Most High is gonna have to spank him enough for him to know that brotherhood is a very important tributary part of this congregation, of this people, this nation. He's gonna have to know that, and the Most High is the only one who's gonna have to teach him that now. You know what I'm talking about? We tried to give him a chance. We tried to teach him. If 100 people was telling me that I was wrong, I must have been wrong.
Right.
It's that simple. I can see you be like, nah, bro, you tripping. Now when 2-3 people come to me, I'll be like, man, I must be tripping. So Lockie, I didn't know I didn't know that that's how it happened. You feel me? I didn't know you felt like that. Oh, we done with that. We can go back to yeah. Then everybody if everybody, you know what I mean, if everybody did now the whole congregation coming to me and then they telling me I'm wrong too, and I'm still like, nah, man, there's something going on there. He got a legion of demons on him. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? What do we do with that? There's a problem with that. Now let's go back to Leviticus.
It was 19 verse.
19 verse 17 and 18. We was done with the scripture.
17, I think
yeah, 17 and 18, but we was done with the scripture. But let's read it one more time.
All right. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not do what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Yeah, thou shalt not be sleeping with his wife. Right? Thou shalt not be molesting his kids. Thou shalt not be selling them drugs. Thou shalt, you know what I mean? Thou shalt not be trying to kill your brother, like most gangbangers do nowadays, and stealing from your brother. Like let's say if young Dolph just passed away, just got killed, right? Now let's say the brothers that murdered him had brotherhood. Let's say the brothers that murdered him had brotherhood. He would still be here. Well, the problem is that he didn't have that they didn't have no brotherhood, so they want to kill their brother. They want to kill their brother, just like yesterday. Yeah, over jealousy or whatever they had. Just like the other day. Just like yesterday when I brought out about Cain killing Abel, and then Esau, and then when Jacob and Esau was born, Esau wanted to kill Jacob. Why? Why is that? That's because the brothers nowadays, we learn from our oppressors. We don't learn from this Bible. We don't learn from the Most High. We don't want to learn from the Most High. We want to learn from our oppressors. Our oppressors' first idea to get in their mind is kill them, and that's what we do. That's what we do. That's our first mind state.
Thanks.
But here in the I.S.U.P.K, see, we learn from the generals taught us how to about this Bible. That's what they taught us about. They taught us about this Bible and how to love one another. That's why we have a whole day for brotherhood classes. We have brotherhood in the I.S.U.P.K. That's what nobody else on this planet has, is brotherhood. But you know who has brotherhood? This I.S.U.P.K has brotherhood. The I.S.U.P.K has Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge has brotherhood, and we've been having brotherhood since 1969. All right, keep going.
Verse 17.
Salakia.
Verse 18.
No, we still in 17.
Verse 17. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. So if you you should correct your neighbor and not suffer sin upon him, right? So if you know your brother has a problem with eating pork, right, or shrimp, crab, and lobster, right? That's something that you shouldn't bring in front of him. Right? If he has a problem with certain things, like let's say your brother, like let's say your brother has an alcohol problem, and he's trying to not be an alcoholic, right? Why would everybody be turning up in front of your brother, being lit in front of your brother, pouring up drinks to each other right in front of him, drink? You know what I'm talking about? Why would anybody do that to your brother? You're gonna make you're gonna become a stumbling block for him. Next thing you know, he's gonna be wanting to drink, and that demon on him gonna be like, "Go ahead and drink something. Go ahead and drink something. Go ahead and drink something." But he doesn't have control over drink like you do. Yeah, he doesn't have control over drink like you do. So don't suffer sin upon him. Keep going.
Verse 18.
Right.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Right. It says, thou shalt not avenge or nor bear any grudge against thy people. Right? You know who's bearing grudges right now? Bloods and Crips. You know who's bearing grudges right now? GDs and BDs. You know who's bearing grudges right now? Those cartels down there in Mexico. They bearing grudges against each other, but they are brothers. Why? Why are they doing that? Because they learn from the so-called white man. They learn from their oppressors, man. But they're not learning from this Bible, man. They're not learning from this Bible. And then most of those gangbangers and most of those cartel members, they wear crosses. They're Catholics and Christians. And we already know how much they hate each other. They hate each other so much. The preacher, the priest in Catholicism touch on the kids that come to the that come to the Catholic Church, and their parents is all in the crowd. Right? We know how the pastor hates hates everybody in his congregation. He tries to sleep with every brother's wife that's there. And this is known fact all over the Christian and Catholic Church. It's not even nothing that we're just spewing out our mouth. These are facts. This is what happens. They got over 200,000 cases of Catholic priests molesting children. Over 200,000 cases. And then nobody gets brought up on charges or anything. The Catholic priest just moves to a whole new city, whole new state, whole new country, and go molest more kids. Putting a predator around another predator. That's all they do. Keep going, Art. I'm getting upset talking about it.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Are they loving thy neighbor as thyself? No. They're not loving thy neighbor as thyself. Especially when gangs, Crips and Bloods be right next to each other going to the same high school, but they killing each other. But they are killing each other. Right? The cartels, they live in the same country. One control this state, one control that state, and they're killing each other. They be both in the same cities. Neighbors. Literally. BDs and GDs used to be one gang. They used to be one gang. Now what happened? They're not loving thy brother like thyself, so now they're starting to kill each other. And it's been going on for years. Right? Keep going.
I am the Lord.
Right. The Lord is telling you this. The Lord is telling you to have brotherhood and to love each other as thyself. The Lord Power Yahweh, the God of Israel. He's the one that's telling you this. He's the one that's telling you that's telling you to stop hating your brother, stop hating your sister, to love one another. That's what they said. That's who's doing that. That's who's saying that. The Lord is saying that. It's nothing that we're just saying. We're reading it straight out the Bible. Right? And it's been like that since the beginning. Give me Genesis 2:23. Give me Genesis 2:23. Because black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, when you take a woman, right, a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, right? Let me say that because y'all like to go dip in that old pale pale box. You know what I'm talking about? But it's not that. You're supposed to be dealing with your family, right? Your family of the earth. That's why that bloodline is so is supposed to be strong, man. That bloodline is supposed to be strong because when you go have sex with a woman from another nation, you have to now cater to your wife, and which is nothing wrong with that, because once you lay down with a woman, y'all are married. You know what I mean? You want to please your wife. You want to, you know what I mean? She say she's sad. You want to see what's wrong with her. What's going on? Are you okay? All right, like you okay? You good? And you being the children of God and her being a heathen, it would never work because you would want to please her just like Solomon did. Solomon had 300 wives, 700 concubines, right? Over 1,000 women, and some of those women were other nations. And Solomon used to go build temples to those other nations' gods. Why? Because he was trying to please his women. Which no, when you're pleased, you're supposed to please the Most High. You're supposed to please the Most High, man. Not these heathen women. And how you please the Most High? The Most High told you to love thy wife like thyself, right? So you're supposed to take a woman out of your family of the earth and start a family with her, just like Adam did, man. Just like Adam did. Give me that.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 23. And Adam said, Salaki, this is now bone of my bones.
It's now what?
Bone of my bones. And flesh of my flesh.
Right. Because when they say we flesh and bone, right? That's my flesh and blood right there. What does that mean? That means that's your people, that's your kinfolk, that's your brother, that's your sister, right? Or that's your cousin. That means y'all in the same family. That's what that means. Start that over from 23. Start it over again.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones.
It's now what?
Bone of my bones.
Right. We are from the same family on the earth. This is now my family. She is my family, but she came from my family of the earth, and now I'm about to start a family with her. Right? We are now going to be one. Go ahead.
And flesh of my flesh.
Right. And flesh of my flesh. We got the same flesh, and we're going to make some flesh. You know what we're going to do? We're going to touch flesh and make flesh.
That's right.
You catch my drift? Go ahead.
She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
Right. She's going to be called woman because she was taken out of man. Right? Keep going.
Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife.
He should do what? He should leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife.
And they shall be one flesh.
And they should be what?
One flesh.
Man, that sounds so good to me. That sounds so good to me right there. That sounds so good to me right there. Get a woman of your nation. You know what I'm talking about? And then you make her your wife, you lay down with her, right? And then y'all become one flesh. Y'all become interwoven. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all become interwoven. Y'all become one flesh. Man, that sounds beautiful right there.
No sound Christ.
But we don't have that today. We don't have that today. Nowadays, when men and women get together, they only together for a couple months. Couple years. I don't get being together for a couple years and then breaking apart from each other. You just wasted all that time. You just wasted all that time. You just broke apart from each other and wasted all that time. Why? Why is that? Matter of fact, why is that? Because y'all don't like each other no more? No, because y'all didn't have the relationship down before y'all had the relations. Y'all need to have the relationship down before y'all have relations. Y'all have to see if y'all compatible with each other. First, y'all have to see if y'all be like, man, do I really, really love this woman? Do I really want to spend the rest of my life with this woman? And the woman too. Do I really want to spend the rest of my life with this man? But you know what? You know who we learn from? We learn from our oppressors. So sleeping with a woman, sleeping with a Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, Black man, and then leaving her, that is not brotherhood. And sis, sleeping with that man and then kicking them out and going to sleep with the next man, that's not sisterhood. That's not loving thy brother like thyself or loving thy sister like thyself. That's not what that is. That is actually hating each other.
Come.
That is hating each other.
Come.
And so why do we hate each other?
Sir, if I can.
Go ahead.
Because everything we've learned is from our oppressors.
Everything we learned is from our oppressors. We learn religion from our oppressors. We learn how to do a relationship from our oppressors. We learn how to we learn their version of love, right? Which is really hate because they kill each other like crazy. Right now they gangbang against each other, Democrats and Republicans. And then they have the Proud Boys and Biden, the Proud Boys with Trump, and then the Antifa with Biden. And then one gonna storm the White House, and they can't even have one simple government. They can't do it. They can't love each other because just like Esau, he had no love in his heart, man. Had no love for his brother. So of course they're not gonna treat you right, and of course they're not gonna teach you right. But we learn everything from our oppressors and think our oppressors are right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem. And we learn everything. We try to learn everything is right from that our oppressor says. That's why our oppressor says, keep Thanksgiving and go Thanksgiving and eat Thanksgiving dinner and do all this. It was a time that the Pilgrims and the Native Americans loved each other. It was a time that they sat down and had a good old turkey dinner.
Right.
And we all know that's a lie. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans still go. They still go and keep that thing there. Why? Because their oppressor says that. Their oppressor says it. And we also learn our religion from our oppressors. Both of them. All of them. Christianity for the so-called white man. Islam for the so-called Arabs. Buddhism. Yeah, Buddhism is from Asians, the Moabites, and then the Catholicism from more white people, right? They want to smoke weed and wear wear dreads, right? Which is from East Indian culture. Yeah. Then they want to wear ankhs and do all this African culture, right? You dig what I'm saying? We learn everything we learn everything from our oppressors. And we go jump from one oppressor to the next oppressor to the next oppressor to the next. When are you going to do what God says? When are we going to do what the Most High says? When are we going to do that? Right? Let me read verse 24 again.
Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife.
Right, so cleave unto his wife. So if that's the case, if the women, if a man is trying to cleave unto his wife, right? Why are there so many divorces nowadays? How come that woman is not listening to her man? Oh man, I'm trying to find this part in this article. I had it earlier. Man. Oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone now. Jeez, man, I had some stats for that.
Yes, I have it sometimes.
Yeah, I had some stats for it. Maybe I could bring it out tomorrow. But I had some stats for y'all. Okay. Dang, man, I'm mad. I don't know what happened to that. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:1. You could drop that. 1 Corinthians 11:1. Right, because if the man is trying to cleave to his wife or leave his mother, leave his father, and cleave to his wife, right? Why is so many women leaving, or why is there so much confusion in the household? Right? Why is there so much confusion in the household? Right? There's so much confusion in the household is because Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are leaving their man. Why are they leaving their man? 11:1. 1 Corinthians. You got that? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians, not 2 First. All right, so why are they leaving their men? Because they're listening to the other nations. Whatever these other nations do, you can't do, black man, black woman, Hispanic woman, Native American woman. Why? Because you have a power. You have a power. You have a God, a living God, and He gave you rules around your relationship. That's what happened. He gave you rules around your relationship, but we're not keeping those rules around our relationship. And the same thing goes for you, black man. Same thing goes for you, black man. You're supposed to be a pillar in the community and protect your wife, right? And help and provide for her the things that she needs, the guidance and the reassurance, right? You're supposed to do the things that she needs, but you can't even do that because you want to smoke weed all day. You want to chill all day. You don't even want to raise up a nation. You just want to be. You don't want to do anything, really. Keep going. Oh, go ahead and give me that.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1.
Be
ye followers of me.
Right.
Even as I also am of Christ.
Right. This is Paul talking. He said at this time he was writing letters to the Israelites in Corinth.
Right.
Right. He was writing letters to the Israelites in Corinth, and he's telling them, "Be ye followers of me, even I am also of Christ," because he's a follower of Christ. Right. He's a follower of Christ. He said, and so he said, "Follow me like I follow Christ," because I follow Christ. You know what I'm talking about? So you follow me. You know what I mean? It's no different than when General Muhammad told him, "Oh, I know I can do that because." You know what I mean? When you do something, he said, "You know, I can do that because a captain in the I.S.U.P.K does it. Yes. Because a general does it.
Yes.
Because the men above me do that.
Yes.
So I know I can do that. I know that's lawful. I know that's right." All right. Keep going.
Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
He said, "I praise you, brethren and sisters." I praise y'all. But remember me in all things. Remember me in all things. Just like you have that man above you that you don't want to disappoint, or you don't want to disappoint the generals, or you don't want to disappoint the captains, disappoint generals, disappoint the Christ, or disappoint the Most High. So he said, "Remember me in all things." Right? Keep going.
And keep the ordinances.
Right? Keep the what?
Ordinances.
Right. What is the root word in ordinance?
Ordin.
No, it's order.
Order.
Right. Keep the order. The order. That's what he says. He said, keep the order, the ordinances. Order is the root word in ordinances. Keep going.
As I delivered them to you.
So he delivered these orders to you. That's what Paul did. Paul delivered orders to the Israelites to do this thing here. Keep going.
But I would have you know.
Right.
That the head of every man is Christ.
Right. I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Right. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Right. See, I will have you know that the head of the head of the man is Christ. Right. So here's how it goes. We're gonna give you the household order. I don't care if that man makes $2 an hour, $10 an hour, or he ain't got no job. This is the order of the household, right? It's the Most High, Christ, the man, woman, and child. So what is you doing trying to kick that black man out, black woman? Why are you trying to kick that black man out? Why are you kicking him out the house? You think you have authority over him? He has authority over you. But black man, if you have authority over the black woman, you should be tending to her needs and what she need. Right, because you the masculine and she's the feminine. So if she needs help, you're supposed to help her. You're supposed to help her, black man. You're supposed to help her. That is your job, to provide reassurance, right? Babe, you know what? You sure is beautiful, you know, because that's really what she wants. Is some attention. So that's up to you to provide attention. That's up to you to provide That's up to you to provide counsel. That's up to you to provide counsel when she needs it, and protection, right? Especially at this time right now, where the world is going to boo boo. Let me say that, when the world is going to boo boo, and people are gonna start breaking into houses and kicking doors down and trying to rob women at the gas pumps and at the gas stations and at the grocery stores. Everywhere they're gonna start. They're gonna start. So Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, when you said you didn't need that black man or that black man in the house or for that protection, you're gonna need that protection pretty soon. You're gonna need that protection pretty soon when the whole world goes to boo boo.
God.
The whole world gonna go to boo boo, and it's going and you gonna need that black man then.
God.
Cause you're gonna be, I don't know what to do. You're gonna be on the phone trying to call, and he ain't gonna be wanting to deal.
God.
Why don't we want to deal? Because you've been so evil and terrible to him.
Man.
And you're gonna realize that the man that you was opening your legs to, right? The brother down the block, brother upstairs, whatever you was opening your legs to, he didn't care about you at all. That's why it's important that we keep this understanding that the Lord gives us. That's why it's important that we keep these orders, these ordinances. That's why it's important. That's why it's important we keep the black family, the Hispanic family, the Native American family together. And that's why that's why it's good that we link with the Black or Hispanic or Native American family that's next door to us. Because when the time goes to boo boo, which is about to go to, we come together and we can override this oppression that we have going on here in America. Read that over. Start at verse 3.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man.
Right. Boom. So the women down here, the men right here, and Christ and the Most High is up here. Keep going.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. And the head of Christ is the Most High.
Yeah.
And that's that right there is a cut also, because to the Christian church that tells everybody Christ is God.
Mm-hmm.
How is Christ the Most High when he just said when the Most High is above Christ? That makes him see. Christianity is worse than crack.
Twist.
Christianity is worse than crack. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 33. No, we good with that. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verse 19.
33 and 19.
Ecclesiastes, that's in there. No sweat. No sweat, man. We're forever learning. We're forever learning. I'm mad I couldn't find that article I had earlier. I'm upset.
Ecclesiastes. Chapter 13, verse 19.
Right.
Give not thy son and wife.
Hold on. And it's Ecclesiastes.
Salaki. Ecclesiastes.
There we go.
Chapter 33, verse 19. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest.
Right. It says, don't give your son or your wife or thy brother and friend power over you. Don't let them have power over you. When they tell you, let's go to Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner. Right? Let's go Christmas with your mama. No. Let's put up a Christmas tree in the house. No. Don't let them have power over you, black man, because that's the time that's coming around right now. It's Christmas. That's the time that's coming around right now, and it's supposed to be the greatest time of year. So everybody's gonna be in a Christmas spirit. Women gonna want to, and that Christmas demon is strong right now, and the women gonna want to be putting Christmas trees up and Christmas presents under the tree. And it's up to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, to correct that, to rebuke that, man. It's up to you, especially in your households, man. Don't give your households up to Baal, man. Because that's what's gonna happen right now. That's what's gonna happen. And don't be going over there to your mama's house because it's Christmas and it's Thanksgiving and you want. I hear that a lot of time too. I just want to eat. I'm hungry. I want to eat. You don't think we all want to eat? You don't think we all want some mama's fried chicken, baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, and cornbread, collard greens and stuff? And then stand up, man. Toughen up, man. You tell them you can't take one day with no food or one day with no going over to mama's house eating that food. You can't stay home and eat some pizza, or you know what I'm talking about. Make your own fried chicken. Make your own food. You can't, but you got to go over there with that Christmas tree. Because really they just in it for the celebration of it. They're all lying about it, and then they say I do it for the kids. So you're gonna lie. You're gonna work hard all your life. You're gonna work hard all year to go broke on Christmas, and then give the credit to a fat white man that breaks in your house. You giving that illusion to your children that you're gonna break in that a white man broke in the house and left presents under a tree. Wow. You're gonna give that illusion.
Wow.
Tell me you calm down the chimney. You live in an apartment. You ain't got no chimney. You live in an apartment. You're not thinking. Nobody's thinking about the effects that this year has on their children.
Sure.
Right? Because you're telling your kids not to lie to you, right, but then you lying to them.
Right.
Like that's crazy. You're lying. You're telling your kids not to don't lie to me. You better not lie to me, but then you lie to them. Right? Start that over at 19.
Verse 19. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee.
Right. It says, and give not thy goods to another, right? Unless it repent thee, right? Unless it changes you, right? Because that's something that we hold dearly too. Nowadays, we're selfish. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're selfish, especially in relationships, man. Especially in relationships. Every relationship nowadays is about what I can get. How about you think about what you can do for your significant other, man? How about what can you do for your wife? That's what it's supposed to be, black man. But everybody always thinking about, oh, I ain't getting this, I'm not getting that, so I'm gonna leave her and I'm gonna leave him. No, don't do that. Don't leave her. Don't leave him. How about you start trying to do for him or do for her? Y'all do for each other, man. Because that's what the world's about, man. That's what this Bible's about, man. What we can do for each other. What I can do for my brother or my sister and brother. You know what I mean? It's not about what I can get all the time. It's about what you can give to somebody else, man. And you know who has that bad? Christians. Yeah. Christians always talk about that. You gotta love everybody and this, that, and the third, but they don't do it. Yeah. They don't do it. They take from everybody.
100%.
They take from everybody, and they don't know how to be brothers and sisters. They always in the church. Miss Mabel, 60-something, 70-something years old. Talk about Miss Johnson behind her back. Talk about Miss Johnson. Ain't that some shit? How you gonna be 60-something, 70-something years old, still keeping up gossip, still keeping trouble? That's not something that we should. That's not something that we should do, man. That's hating your brother. That's hating your sister. Talking about you don't know what to do with them kids. And how about you just close your mouth? If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. If you have some good to say, man, I had an officer one y'all used that the other day. I'm gonna think of it. But you know what I mean? If you ain't got nothing good to say, close your mouth. Always spewing that hate around. That's what the Christian church is, though. You know, that's why black families can't get together on Christmas or Thanksgiving without fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody always got something to say. Always got to run their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, Art.
And thou entreat for the same again.
Right. And see, and you'll look for that same thing again. You'll be looking to give to somebody again. Why? Because you're not selfish. Keep going.
Verse 20. As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any.
Right. None of these wicked things, none of these people out here that's gonna try to change you from being the priest and prophet that you are, man. Go ahead.
For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldn't stand to their courtesy.
Right. Because even if the kids don't get Christmas gifts, don't get Thanksgiving gifts, don't get Christmas gift, right? They still gonna love you.
Right.
They still gonna love you. Even if they don't get birthday gifts, they still gonna love you. They gonna be like, they just gonna get older, and then when you tell them like we didn't celebrate that. We didn't keep that birthday. Why did we keep that birthday? You know, oh, because the Lord, that's a sin against the Lord. It's a lie. Then when you tell them something like that, they be like, oh, you know, I don't think I want to be lied to, Daddy. That was something. You know,
I don't think I want to be lied to.
Yeah, but see, that's the father's job though in the household. You know what I mean? The women's job is going. They want to look pretty for the world. That's why Instagram and Facebook and I don't know what else is out there. OnlyFans and all that is full of provocative stuff that everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Everybody shaking butt on camera. So the Instagram, the famous Instagram women is shaking butt on camera. So what's gonna happen? The neighborhood wife is gonna go try to go be famous on Instagram and shake their butt.
Yep.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yep.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Why? Because she don't want to please her. She don't want the pleasure of her man. She wants the pleasure of the world and what the world says. They're really children. Women act like children nowadays, and men are starting to act like women. Everything is all upside down and flipped around. Why? Is because we let the devil in. Why? Is because we let our oppressors rule us. Because we let our oppressors tell us what to do. That's why Christians are the first ones to go get a divorce from their husband, or a divorce from their wife. And what did the Most High say? Most High said, "Ain't no divorce, man." What Christ said? Christ said, "No divorce. What God put together, let no man put asunder." That's it, man. That's it. How come they're able to go get a divorce from the white man? You want to divorce your husband, but you can't divorce the oppressor. That makes no sense. There's no divorce according to the Bible. Once you lay with that man, you stay with that man. Once you lay with that woman, you stay with that woman. Give me some more on that. Oh, that's it on 21, huh?
20.
Yeah. That's it on 21. Give me Ecclesiastes 30. So we in the same book.
Yes, sir.
We just on chapter 30, verse 3. Right? Because black men, when you teach your kids what you know about this Bible, well, to teach this kid when you get in the I.S.U.P.K, learn about the Bible, learn about these law, statutes, and commandments. Then you go teach your kids will not disappoint you. Your kids will not disappoint you. Nowadays, kids grow up and they they get their own place or whatever, and they do the opposite of what their parents told them. Their parents told them their whole life not to sell drugs, not to be a whore, not to gangbang, not to do these things. As soon as a black woman turns of age and gets her own apartments, first thing she do is starts whoring out. That's the first thing she do is start bringing in this man, having sex with him, then bringing the next man the next day, have sex with him, then bringing the next man the third day, have sex with him, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant and she don't know who the baby daddy is. But see, that same thing happened with her mama.
Second generation.
Yeah, it's a generational. It's like generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then when she meets a nice man, she would treat him like a dog because she worried about Tyrone.
Yep.
Because she wants Tyrone. Because Tyrone slapped her around or something. That's the only love she knows is to be abused.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now nobody's teaching the kids. She's not teaching the kids because she's too busy running after Tyrone and Daryl and Dominique and all these other different.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the brother don't want to be around that because the brother be like, man, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know how I couldn't see it, but I didn't see it. You know what I mean? Because he was blinded by the booty anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He was blinded by the box anyway. When he should have been worried about her mind and what was going on up here than to worry about her body. But it goes both ways. Both of them should have worried about the relationship before they worried about the relations. So now they had the relations. A baby came out. She don't know who the baby daddy is. The brother wanted to be his, but it's probably Tyrone's or Daryl's.
Man.
And now everybody's confused. So now the baby's gonna grow up not knowing who the daddy is, but it's 3-4 daddies. Nobody understands what's going on. Everybody's confused. She's confused because she don't know who the baby daddy is. The brother's confused because he really liked this girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? But she worried about Tyrone and Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? And he's confused also because once another man comes in, has into that box, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's not your woman no more. You know what I'm talking about? So everybody's confused in the situation. Tyrone and Daryl like, I just wanted some box anyway. It's crazy. It's nonsense. That's not how a household's supposed to be ran. But nobody ever learned in the first place because her mother probably ran her father off. You feel me? So he wasn't able to give the stability he needed to his daughter. You feel me? And then her mother was probably doing the same thing that she's doing, and she's seen her mother do it, and everybody just don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody just don't know what's going on. And she probably and the little girl and the girl's probably molested by one of the mama's boyfriends. Was probably molested by one of the mama's boyfriends, and now that she's in her home place, only way that she know how to get love is by having sex. And she don't know, and she don't know any other way of showing love, but by having sex. Don't know how to cook. Don't know how to clean. Then the brother that's trying to show her, she's doing him dirty. So he don't want to deal with her. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. But the brother still laid down with her. Right? The brother still laid down with her. So he must stay where he lay. But if she go off and have sex with Daryl secretly and Tyrone secretly, like she's sinning and he's sinning. Everybody's sinning in the whole situation. And they don't even know it.
Right.
So if Christ didn't die on that cross, we would all been dead.
Period.
Including me too. You know what I'm talking about? Including you too. Including everybody. We would all been dead if Christ didn't die on that cross. Ecclesiastes 30? Mm-hmm. Ecclesiastes is 30, my bad. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So like Ecclesiastes chapter 30, verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Right. He that teaches his son makes his enemies grieve. So black men, if you're around there teaching your son right, these laws, statutes, and commandments and how to be a warrior, right? Then the enemy is going to be grieved. The enemy is going to be not know what to do. Why won't he know what to do? Because your son is going to be one hell of a warrior. Trained from the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? Since he was a little boy up. Y'all watching me on Sharp what's going on there? Young man, there is my dog. But he's gonna be you raise your son up from as a young man or as a baby to a child to a young man and to a man, you know what I mean? He's gonna grieve with the enemy. He's gonna grieve with the enemy, especially if you're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments in this I.S.U.P.K. Because the only place that breed real men is the I.S.U.P.K. That's the only place that breed real men. Right? Keep going.
And before his friends, he shall rejoice of him.
Right. And in front of the the brother, right, that raising the son in front of his friends, he's gonna rejoice about his son. He's gonna be like, hey, he got him. You know, so what he could do, he could throw a little something. You feel me? I've been teaching him his right hook something fierce. You're like, what? Yeah, his right hook something fierce, and he listened. The other day when he was done when he was done playing in his room, this nigga picked up his toys. You know, you feel me? I didn't even have to tell him this time, bro. You feel me? He picked up his toys. Most High in Christ. You know what I'm talking about? Like he learning a little something. Then you start teaching him about the Bible. You feel me? Then you ask him a question. Who is Christ? You know what I'm talking about? Our King. Oh, it's my boy. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Who do we serve? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? They didn't like Officer Cpk had a video on Facebook the other day about his son getting the salute down. You know, how about Shem Yahweh Shabbaraka die? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Most High in Christ. You know what I'm talking about? That's what good fathers do. Good fathers breed good children.
Great word.
And great warriors. The Khan out of one Khan. All right, keep going.
Verse 4. Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead.
Right, because when his father dies, everything that his father taught him, he's going to remember that. He's going to remember that, especially if it's righteous, especially if there's law, statutes, and commandments, especially if it's how to serve the Most High, especially if it's how to follow Christ, follow Yahweh Shah Mashiach. It's going to be like he's not dead because his son is going to follow all that. Like, yeah, and probably do it better. Probably do it better because we grew up learning about Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and shit like that.
Yeah.
But our children grow up learning about Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits, the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets, the Feast of Dedication, Purim. That's what our kids going to grow up and learning. They're not going to learn these wicked, oppressive holidays, right? All because the men stuck around. There was a man in the house to know right from wrong. Because women are just kids anyway. They don't want to know right from wrong. They just want to have fun. 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 They're like children. Keep going.
For he have left one behind, him that is like himself.
Right. He left one behind that is like himself. So if your father's a warrior, hey, your son's a warrior. You know what I'm talking about? What the I.S.U.P.K says, life is about warfare. Life is about warfare. That's what life is about. So it said he had left one behind, one that is like himself. He had left one behind, one that is like himself, man. So if you was a warrior, you're gonna raise your son up to be a warrior. You're a warrior for the Most High. You're gonna raise your son up to be a warrior for the Most High.
God.
You know what? You know what happens? Gang members, they don't raise their son up to be gang members. They try to tell them not to be gang members. But you can't tell them not to be a gang member, and you over here locking B's and locking C's, and they're over here looking at you. So they're going to be like, I want to do what my daddy does. Yeah. Let you know your kids are always watching. You can't tell your kids not to sell drugs, and you selling drugs. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't tell your kids not to sell drugs, and you over here selling drugs. That's not how the way the world works. Because they're not gonna, and then you're gonna tell them, do as I say, not as I do. No. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna do as you do. Trust me. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. So you need to step up.
Come.
You need to step up and be a real man. Come. And learn the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Come. And do them.
Come.
And then show them to your children.
Come.
That's what you should do, black man. Don't play with the Most High like that.
Come.
You know what I'm talking about? Because the Most High will have your children die, man.
Come.
The Most High will kill your children, man. Why? Because you didn't want to do right by them. So that's what happened. And we know it's hard, man. We know it's hard out here for a black man, for a Hispanic man, for a Native American man, trying to find a job that pays you enough money. We know it is. That's why brotherhood is a weapon. That's why brotherhood is a weapon. You know what I mean? You ever went to an Asian restaurant? You ever went to an Asian restaurant? You go to an Asian restaurant, ain't nothing but Asians working there. You go to an Asian restaurant, ain't nothing but Asians working there. You go to I want to say like a Burger King or like a McDonald's, but like we are the general managers in Burger Kings and McDonald's, but we're not no area supervisors. Nope. We're not no CEOs and CFOs. Nope. We're none of the big things. They'll let you get a $40,000 a year job as being general manager, as running a whole store of at McDonald's or Whataburger, making $40,000 a year. But they're not going to give you that job making $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year. Why? Because that's for their family. That's for them. That's for them. So black men, that's where the brotherhood fails you again. I know, but that's the brotherhood of the world. Because you get into this I.S.U.P.K, the I.S.U.P.K is gonna find you a job working for a brother if you need it. And they're gonna pay you a handsome wage where you can actually live and not scraps from the table. That's oppression, man. Hold that, man. Now go in Ecclesiastes. Go in the Bible, the Ecclesiastes, and get 7 and 7. Give you 7 and 7. Right? Because they're not going to give you go in this I.S.U.P.K and they find you a job, you're not going to be getting no scraps, man. You're not going to be getting no you're not going to be getting no $6 an hour, $7.25 an hour, man. You're going to get enough money to live and raise your kids right. And then they're going to teach the I.S.U.P.K going to teach you how to serve the Lord. So then you're going to get the kingdom, you're going to get rulership. You know what I'm talking about? When Yahweh Shah Mashiach return, when your king return, you're gonna get rulership, black man, Hispanic man. That's real brotherhood, man. That's real brotherhood. And they're not gonna be trying to mess with your wife. They're not gonna be molesting your kids. But that's what you have to worry about in the world. In the world, you have to worry about that. In the I.S.U.P.K, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you ain't got to worry about that thing there. You ain't gotta worry about none of that, man, because ain't nobody here is gonna molest your kids, and nobody here is gonna nobody here is gonna molest your go try to have sex with your wife. Hey, what's going on, brother? You good? We all right.
No, we're ready, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Uh-huh.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Right.
Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Right. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Right. Yeah, you can go. Wait. But surely oppression makes a wise man mad. So when you're oppressed, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, we know that you're mad. Hell, I'm mad too because I'm oppressed. We all oppressed. But see, we got an I.S.U.P.K and we learned our nationality. We learned what to do about it, which is keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments. And now we're going out teaching everybody else how to, all the other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, how to teach how to keep laws, statutes, and commandments. We're bringing more brothers in and more sisters in. Right? What are you doing about it? You shouldn't be selling drugs for it, right? You shouldn't be, because that's leading to more hurting your people. You feel me? What you should do is you try to help your people. You shouldn't be trying to kill for it. You shouldn't be gangbanging for it. Right? Keep going.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroys the heart. You know what a gift is, man? Food stamps, housing, Section 8. That destroys the heart. That's why black women think that That's why black women think that them getting food stamps and kicking the brother out the house, the white man must love them. The oppressor must love them. No, your oppressor don't love you. They just want to destroy you. They just want to keep you down.
Just destroy that family.
Right. They want because when you destroy the family, right? When you destroy the family, the first thing you destroy is the woman. You want to enter into a strong man's house, the first thing you must do must bind that strong man up. And that's how they bind us up by telling the black woman that she don't need her man. Mm-hmm. That she told the black woman that she don't need her man, and then give her everything. And then when you don't have a man, give her everything. Give her housing, give her food stamps, give her welfare. So that way they kick the brother out. Wow, we don't need you. We got our daddy, the white man. That's how they feel. When it shouldn't be like that. It should not be like that.
Her degrees, everything.
Right. That's it on that. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes and the yeah, and it shouldn't be like that. But the only reason why it's like that because everybody wants to listen to the white man. Everybody. You know what I'm talking about? Except the I.S.U.P.K. The I.S.U.P.K. is the only ones that stand tall with the Most High, man. And the reason why we stand tall with the Most High because we're I.S.U.P.K. home of the truth, no cowards. We're no cowards. And we're going to continue to be no cowards till we're raising up this great nation, man. We're not going to bow. We're going to continue with this brotherhood, man. We're going to continue bringing out families, man. Men, women, and children. We're going to continue to bring out families, man. Real men, beautiful sisters. You know what I'm talking about? Beautiful sisters and even more beautiful kids. Because every time I look on Facebook, there's more kids being born. More kids being born. More kids being born in I.S.U.P.K. Every time I look on Facebook, there's more kids being born. And that's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to throw my hat in the ring like, I got one too in the truth. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I got one too, and we ain't never gonna go back. You got that from me?
Ecclesiastes chapter 30. Which verse do you want?
Where did we stop at?
Stopped at, I think it was 3.
No, one like himself. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 30, verse 5. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him.
Right. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in his son. He rejoiced in his son. Keep going.
And when he died, he was not sorrowful.
Oh, Salaki, go back to start over verse 5 because that was talking about the son. Now it's talking about first his father was rejoiced in the son when he was growing up. Then the father died. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Verse 5. No, verse 5. Start again at verse 5.
While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him.
Right. Now the father, now the son is seeing the father and rejoicing about it, being happy about it, loving on his father like, hey, my daddy was a real daddy. You know what I'm talking about? And he was there. Whenever I had questions, whenever I needed this, I needed that. You know what I'm talking about? He was there. It was nothing but a question away. All I had to do was ask. He taught me how to fight. You know what I'm talking about? He taught me how to love a woman. He taught me how to love kids. So now when my kids grow up, or when I have kids, I can show my father, I can show my kids how to love, how the same thing that my father told me how to be a man. I can show them love and affection and attention, and most importantly, I can show them the laws of the Most High and how to serve the Most High, because that's what it's all about anyway. Right? Keep going.
And when he died, he was not sorrowful.
Right, you know how when parents die nowadays, everybody cries and boo-hoos and what y'all crying for? What y'all crying for? That's what happened. That's the circle of life, like Mufasa said. Maybe it was Simba, but one of them said it. It's the circle of life. You know what I mean? You're a baby. You grow up. You walk, talk, live life. then you get older and you go back into being in a baby state. You know what I'm saying? You go back to wearing diapers. You start in diapers, you wear diapers when you go out.
Right.
And when you go out, you know what I'm saying? It's the circle of life. Of course, you just lost your mom. You just lost your dad. Of course, you're gonna feel some type of way, like man. But you should be more happy. But you know the reason why they're not happy is because the Christian church lied to them and told them that you have to die to go to heaven or die to go to hell. When they're living in hell and his white and his white folks heaven.
Right about that.
Right. They didn't tell him that you be regenerated. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't tell him, well, you're gonna rise. She gonna rise again anyway, so you shouldn't even be tripping. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't even be tripping. She gonna rise again anyway. If they knew that, then they'd be more glorious about their family dying. Like, go ahead, D. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. You know what I'm talking about? I'd be happy when I'm not happy, but I understand, like, hey, they ain't got no more bills. They ain't got to be oppressed no more. And all that. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You know who's still here being oppressed? We are. So we still got to look out for each other. We got to look out for each other. We still have to look out for each other. Because we're here on earth going through it. Going through it. His brothers and sisters dying every day for no reason. On drugs. Because the white man put the drugs in our neighborhood. Breaking up families, man. Breaking up families. Fathers is gone. Mothers is on drugs. They got 15-year-old kids raising 5-year-old kids. And, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And this is all over the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, man. This is all over the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, man. That's why it's important for Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans to come together under the I.S.U.P.K, man, where they breed real men, and where they breed real women. You know what I'm talking about? It's too much of the strong woman talk. They call masculine now. A masculine man is toxic. A masculine man is toxic, and a woman that goes everywhere and goes everywhere and has sex with every man is okay. A woman twerking online is okay. That's normal. But a man that wears pants, you know, a man that wears pants, shirts, headbands, and armbands and ready for war is toxic. A brother that tells his woman and his kids what to do is toxic. Ain't that something? But you know what's normal? A brother wearing a skirt and a purse. They call it a merce. They came up with a word for it. No. That's normal. Crazy. That's normal.
That's crazy.
That's normal. That's normal. That's what's all over the TV. Everything you watch has that.
Yeah. Can't get away from it.
You can't get away from it. You know where you can get away from it? Here in the I.S.U.P.K. That's the only place you can get away from it, is here in the I.S.U.P.K. That's the only place that you can get away from it. This is the only safe haven for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Is here in the I.S.U.P.K. There's nowhere else safe for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nowhere. And as time goes on, they're gonna keep you're gonna see how much the I.S.U.P.K is right and righteous, and how everything else is evil and wicked. Because you're gonna see everything else get destroyed. You're gonna see everything else get destroyed. You're gonna keep seeing families break up, women with 4 or 5 baby daddies, men with 4 or 5 baby mamas that he left and another man came and slept with. You're gonna keep seeing that. You're gonna keep seeing the breakdown of the family structure. But then you know what's gonna get stronger? The I.S.U.P.K family structure. We're gonna keep seeing babies being born. We're going to keep seeing men and women getting married at young ages and staying together for 20, 30, 40 years until death. You're going to keep seeing that. Why are you going to keep seeing that? Because we follow the commandments of God. That's right. Because we keep the laws of God.
That's right.
Which is brotherhood.
That's
Brotherhood
right.
is the law of God.
That's right. Come.
Let's keep going, Doc. Let's keep going. I think I'm going to run out of time because I'm blazing.
Verse 6. He left behind him an avenger.
A what?
An avenger.
An avenger. So the father died, left behind him an avenger. He left behind him an avenger. Somebody that's gonna avenge his death, man. Somebody that's gonna raise up his nation, that nation that his father was trying to raise up. He left behind somebody that's gonna try to raise that thing up even harder than his father was doing. Keep going.
Against his enemies.
Against who?
Against his enemies.
Right. He left an avenger against his enemies, man. He left an avenger against his enemies, man. Keep going.
And one that shall requite kindness,
right,
to his friend.
Right. One that's gonna bring back brotherhood. One that's gonna bring back brotherhood. He's gonna get some homeboys, and they ain't none of them gonna snitch. They're gonna all be in the truth. They're gonna all be with God's laws. And they're gonna be something else to deal with, man. That's what you see nowadays with the young brothers coming up. With the young brothers coming up, they growing up, they going to Passover and Feast of Unleavened Breads together. They meeting each other and they create their own brotherhood. So that way, when it's time for them to get in the ranks, man, they're gonna be going to Hebrew Academy together. You know what I mean? They're gonna be doing all types of things together. But that's what you see it. That's what you're seeing. Keep going.
Verse 7.
Matter of fact, read that last part again. I like that.
Verse 6. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
An avenger against his enemies. Ooh, I like it. It gets my blood boiling. Ooh, I get so happy about it. Keep going.
And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
Right, that's glorious right there. One who requite kindness to his friends, man. One that's gonna be kind to his brother, man. He's gonna love his brother, and his brother's gonna love him, man. He's gonna treat his brother like he treats himself, man. He's gonna love his brother like he loves himself, man. That's what the love of a father does in the household. That's what the love of a father does in the household, man. It teaches his kids how to love one another and how to be righteous. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 7. He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds.
Right. Keep going.
And his bowels will be troubled at every cry.
Right. So you the ones that's not teaching your sons right. What's going to happen? Keep going. Read verse 7 again.
He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds.
Right.
And his bowels will be troubled at every cry.
Right. All right, we done with that. Give me Proverbs 22:6. Take another sip. Wait. Pinky out. You know what I mean?
Oh, mercy.
How come everybody came in here and nobody liked it? I like the clap. I like the clap.
About 12 people. 22:6. All right.
Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
It says do what?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Remember the last scripture talking about the father that rejoiced about his child and train his child and do this and do right? So it says train up a child in the way he should go. What's the way that a child should go?
Strong principles.
Where do you get that? Where you find the strong principles at?
In the I.S.U.P.K.
No, you find that in the I.S.U.P.K. because we follow
the Bible.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We follow Yahweh Shah Mashiach. We follow the Most High, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and we follow that their Bible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Hint. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not even going up there. That's a whole different topic. But it's on topic.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Oh man, remember where it says it says though his father died, yet he had though we're not dead. Right. So it says when he, you feel me? It says train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's right.
Right? You feel me? Ain't that saying the same exact thing?
Good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Saying the same exact thing, man. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, y'all, the men need to stick around, man. That's what the men should do. The men need to stick around, because when the men stick around, the children get brought up right, man. The children get brought up right. The daughters, they know what type of man to look for. And the men, I'm sorry, the sons, they know how they have a role model to look up to. They have somebody that they know. They have somebody that they know was a real one. You know what I mean? They know who they could be like. Because that father should be following Yahushua Mashiach anyway. Should be following who the world knows as Jesus Christ.
Yep.
A black man from the tribe of Judah. That's what everybody should. That's what he should be following. So then his son will follow him, and then his daughter will be looking for somebody that's like Yahushua Mashiach.
That's right.
Not that soft Caesar Borgia picture that the Christian church has.
That's right.
Looks homosexual.
That's right.
I had to stop myself. I was going to say another word, but that's what it. But that's what that looks like up there. He looks like a homosexual. That's why that's why these women want to go for effeminate men. Men they can boss around.
Exactly.
And then when a man is too masculine, you got to go.
Yep. When
a man tells, what are you talking about? You need to go in there and do that.
Yep.
You don't be telling me what to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do. You know, I'm gonna tell you what to do. So what's the problem? You feel me? Either you're gonna do it or you're not. But what you not gonna do is tell me what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? That's what you like.
Yeah,
So either we can come to a common agreement. You feel me? Or you know, like that's when you gotta look at them like that through your glasses.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Then she gonna start trying to look for somebody else. Oh, she gonna go look for somebody else because she can't, or she might just straighten up and be a princess of the Most High. Because when you straighten up and you do what that man says, you become a princess of the Most High. You become a princess of the Most High. You become Yasha Allah, man. You become Yasha Allah is Israel in the Hebrew, Salakia. Well, yeah, you become Yasha Allah, man. You become a princess of the Most High. And black men, don't be so scared to rule, man. Don't be so scared to actually establish. I'm not gonna say dominance, but establish authority, order, ordinances, structure. Don't be so afraid to do that, man, in your household. You know what I mean? You can't let your woman rule you forever, man. You can't let your woman rule you forever, man. You going to camp, go to camp. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be letting her tell you, oh, you always going to camp. You don't never spend no time with me. Hey, because this is the work of the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? This is the work of the Lord power Yahweh, man. You know what I'm talking about? At the top, man. This is his show, and you ain't gonna stop his show. You know what I'm talking about? You're not gonna stop you're not gonna stop the nation of Israel from being built, man. And really, you should be working on some camp meals. Or something trying to feed. You should be working on some camp meals trying to feed the brothers, man, because you need to do everything that you need to try to do to bring this nation up too. We need to be bringing up this nation together and then showing our kids how to bring this nation up. Trying to get them how to bring this nation up, man. That should be the most important thing, is the work of the Lord, man. Nothing else, man. And then everything else is gonna fall into place, man. The family gonna be one, gonna be understanding. Everybody in the family gonna be like, all right, You know what I'm talking about? Then the kids gonna want to start doing things, trying to get the nation together. Everybody's gonna be trying to get the nation together. But that should be the most important thing, is trying to get the nation together, man. Yeah, it's good that we together. You know, so it's a great thing. You know what I mean? Because every man needs a woman, every woman needs a man, right? All right. So that's a good thing. And then we had kids together and everything like that. But I'm going to go do the work of the Lord. I'm going out here to camp. We going to Hebrew Academy. There's some things that you just can't put off, man. You got to go to class. You know what I mean? There's something that you just cannot not do. Is that right? Cannot not do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cannot not do.
Because the work of the Lord comes first, man, and every woman needs to understand that. But once they get a brother that once they get a brother that finds something more passionate than smoking weed and playing video games all day, then she gonna be like, oh, she gonna understand, like, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't never been in a relationship with a man that did this, that was so serious about, passionate about something.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? That's why the I.S.U.P.K is that's why women look at us and be like, what y'all talking? What y'all? You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Because we're so passionate about it, because we're in love with the truth.
That's right.
You feel me? They nothing gonna stop us from going out teaching and doing what we need to do for the Lord.
That's right.
Nothing. I know brothers that that have heart attacks and stuff, and still, as soon as they get out of the hospital, they want to go teach. You feel me? I know brothers that's not gonna let nothing stop them from, women leave them, the kids leave them, and they still come to the Brotherhood, man. And they still be like, well, yo, I'm on the way right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna do the work of the Lord. That's what a priest and prophet does. So black woman, Hispanic woman, Native American woman, either get on the bandwagon, you know what I'm talking about, and come serve the Lord, or come serve your Lord. You know what I mean? And keep this family together. Or you're gonna leave him, you're gonna leave that brother that's trying to serve the Lord and go meet Tyrone, and Tyrone gonna go upside your head. Over and over and over and over and over again. Tyrone gonna go upside your head. That's what he's gonna do. Or Tyrone's gonna molest your children. Because the Lord don't like being disrespected like that. Nope. The Lord don't like him trying to save you by having your man. You know what I'm talking about? Having your man that you'll submit to in bed. Yeah. You'll submit to that man in bed. He grabbed him off the streets, taught him about the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm talking about? And taught him the ways of the Lord, right? How to serve the Lord, right? And then he's trying to bring you into it, and you gonna leave him and go with Tyrone. The Lord don't like being disrespected like that. When you leave that man, it's like you leaving the Lord. So it's very important that you stay with that brother that's keeping that. You stay with that brother that's in the truth, man, because the Lord is with him, especially the brother that's in the I.S.U.P.K, because the Lord is with him. Because the Lord is with the I.S.U.P.K. Give me Ecclesiastes 4. Start at verse 9. Get some more of this line. What's up? I can go along. I could do a 4-hour class if I wanted to. I don't think Officer Davida's gonna be like, hey, you know, like, keep going. You got the, you know, you got the scripture, you got the information. Keep going. But we started a little late. I got the time up here. You see it?
Oh, it's late. No, I don't care what time.
Yeah, we got about 7 more minutes. Then we're gonna break down and do the prayers and the announcements.
Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiastes. Where we just had 7 and 7 at.
Oh, okay.
And it's chapter 4, verse 9. Man, well, my neck a little. Oh, that's better. That's better. Right before Proverbs.
There we go.
This is shit right after Psalms.
Well, Psalms. That's a small section.
Yeah, Proverbs. What's right? What's this right here? Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Right. 4 and 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1.
It says what?
2 are better than 1.
It says 2 are better than 1. So, black woman, when you think you leaving your man out there and he's and you're gonna be independent, what does the Bible say?
2 are better than 1.
Right. It says 2 are better than 1. You know what I'm talking about? So 2 are better than 1. Keep going.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
Right. They have a good reward for their labor because you can always do more with 2 than you can do with 1. So 2 is way better than 1 because you can always do more with 2 than 1. Everybody get that? All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Right. It says one if fall, one will lift up his fellow. Right. So sis, if the black man falls, you know what I'm talking about? You know, because coronavirus is out now. So now brothers can get sick at the drop of a dime. So if the brother gets sick with coronavirus, right? Or it says one will lift them up. Right. So that way you could be there to get him orange juice and medicines and soups and everything else that he needs. Right. Same thing with you, sis. If you fall ill or something like that, the brother can be right there to get you whatever you need. You're probably gonna have to instruct him on some things like so this is how you make the soup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We need the orange juice. Make sure you get the organic orange juice because the other orange juices it ain't nothing. Make sure you get NyQuil and because you know brothers ain't good with that. Brothers ain't good with stuff like that. But you know what I'm talking about? I'm pretty sure you can direct them and give them the recipe on how to do it. Right? Keep going.
But woe to him that is alone.
It says what?
But woe to him that is alone.
It says woe to him that is alone. You know what the word woe means in the Bible? It means destruction. So destruction, replace woe with destruction.
But destruction to him that is alone when he falleth.
Right. But destruction to him that is alone. Or her that is alone. Destruction. Destruction to him or her that is alone. Because you don't want to, you shouldn't be alone. Keep going.
For he hath not another to help him up.
Right, because he or she ain't got another to help him up. So when you get that coronavirus, how you gonna get any medicines? I don't know. You disrespected that brother. And brother, when the woman's fed up, like, oh, is that wrong? Is that bad to say? But brother, when the woman's fed up, it says hell have no fury like a woman scorned. You know what I'm talking about? So you over there putting your hands all on that black woman and you know what I'm talking about? Hey, he might throw that pot of grits on you. You know what I'm talking about? And then you still gotta be with her. You still gotta be with her. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I just gotta fix the problem. But you over there putting your hands on her and she throw them hot grits on you, boy. Hot grits ain't no joke. I spilled some hot grits before. It was not good. It was not good. It was on my foot. It was not good. You know what I'm talking about? But them days, and what the tribe of Ephraim, the Puerto Rican brothers. Oh my goodness. Y'all got a problem with them Puerto Rican sisters and them Hispanic sisters. Oh my goodness. They'll cut you.
Yes.
They'll cut you. Black woman throw a pot of grits on you, hit you with a frying pan. But them Hispanic sisters, they'll cut you. They'll pull out their box cutter, they knives, and they be ready to go. That's why you need to get in this I.S.U.P.K, man. Get in Hebrew Academy, man. They'll teach you. They'll teach you that, man. They'll teach you how to de-knife and de-arm. You know what I'm talking about? That's what happens. You know, you feel me? That's what happens. Yeah. Take it. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, girl? Like, go over there and sit down.
Yeah.
Then you got to call the report, like, sir, she is crazy. I love her though. Yeah. I love her though, but hey, that's my real. We gonna be together, but I just had to let you know. You know, real talk. Keep going.
Again, verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
Wait. It says what?
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
Hey, it's getting cold around here. I'm gonna let you know that, sis. Y'all better I'm telling you, it's getting cold around here, sis. Right now ain't the time to be kicking the brother out the house because it's getting the world is getting crazy and it is also getting cold. Keep going.
But how can one be warm alone?
Right. How can you be warm alone? How can you be warm alone? You can't be warm alone. You can't be warm. Thick blanket, still cold. You know what I'm talking about? And then you got to get up every time you hear a noise because it's that time. It's that time of the year. It's Christmas time. Robbers is robbing, and everything else. And it's also I'm not gonna say a recession, but it's also a breakdown of the world's economy going around. They ain't spent so much money on everything else. They ain't got no more money to spend on nothing else. And then they can it's the breakdown of the world's economy. It's been to get crazy around here, and you ain't got no man, you ain't got no protection, you ain't got no head.
God.
So you just a body walking around, no head.
Body with no head.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him.
Right. So one, it says, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. I mean, y'all are stronger together, sis. But what if y'all got kids, and the kids get raised up, and you got a young 15-year-old football playing, stocky, commandment keeping. You know what I'm talking about? Commandment keeping.
Warrior.
Yeah, warrior. You know what I'm talking about? At the crib, and somebody try to break in. What does it say?
And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
It's not gonna be quickly broken. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and then y'all, and then the brother was in Hebrew. Your husband was in Hebrew Academy, and then he taught his son a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So now it's going down inside there. Somebody tried to break in and got whooped on.
Yep.
Somebody broke in and got whooped on. Why? Because it says two are better than one. You know what I'm talking about? Two are better than one, sis. You can't be alone. You can't be alone all your life and independent all your life, just sleeping with different men. And brother, you too. Brother, you too. It's not easy being alone. Take it from me. Trust me. It's not easy being alone. It's always better to have a helpmate. A helpmeet. It's always better to have somebody to help. That can help. It's always better for that. What time is it? Oh man, 1:53. Let me get let's end it with Zephaniah 2:1.
Zephaniah 2:1.
Oh man, shoulder hurt. Zephaniah 2:1. We're going to Zephaniah 2:1. Because this is what we're supposed to do as a nation. Okay. Zephaniah. Here, I got you.
Zephaniah is that one. That's right.
Yeah, Zephaniah is right before Haggai. Okay. Oh, Habakkuk.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
It says what?
Gather yourselves together.
See, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native American man, Native American woman. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be gathering ourselves together. We're supposed to gather ourselves together, man. That's what we're doing here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You can find Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here living and prospering and loving each other, man, and brotherhood. But you too, black woman, black man, Hispanic woman, Hispanic man, y'all supposed to be gathering yourselves together too. Not separating each other, not kicking them out the house, black woman. And black man not leaving your woman with them kids. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to have, you're supposed to lay with that woman and leave. You're supposed to lay with that woman and stay with that woman. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It says yay.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Gather together.
Right, it said it twice. If anybody knows anything about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, when somebody say it twice, they mean that shit. Make sure y'all clean this room up before I get back from work. Or make sure I clean this house up before I get back from work. And then before they leave, like, hey, y'all better make sure this house clean. You know what I'm saying? So that mean they mean that shit. That's just like this scripture right here. That means Zephaniah means that. The Lord means this right here. Go ahead.
O nation not desired.
It says, oh what?
O nation not desired.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you have not been desired by any of these nations, man. By any of these nations. You have not been desired. You know how I know they don't desire you? Because they kill you in the streets for no reason. Only reason why they set up they said they don't they always say that Hispanics, Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans ain't nothing. They don't need it, right? But then they always want to set up businesses in our neighborhoods, though, right? Why they want to set up businesses in our neighborhood? Because they need us. Yeah, because they need us because we got the money. So apparently we ain't that poor. We just spend our money on stuff that's not useful for us as a people.
Like Christmas presents.
Yeah, like Christmas presents. Like Christmas presents. And in about another week, I'm gonna do a class on Christmas, and I got some info.
Like Gucci, Louis.
Yeah, Gucci.
Louis.
What they talk about now? Balenciagas or something like that. Balenciagas. I see everybody with them ugly old shoes. I bet they comfortable though, but they ugly. They ugly joints, man.
Overpriced, ugly ass.
Yeah, overpriced, ugly shoes, man. Birkin bags or something like that.
Then they got to have a Mercedes.
Yeah, then they got to have a Mercedes Benz with the can. And you know, we black, we can't have the regular just Mercedes Benz. We got to have candy paint on it, some rims. It got to be the latest joint, you know what I'm talking about? Got to be the latest John and everything. You can't just be regular. Yeah, because that's not us. We Israelites. We do everything to the 5th degree. We got to have gold in our teeth. You know what I'm talking about? Diamonds in our teeth. Diamonds in our chain. We got to have gold chains. We got to have it. We can't do nothing regular. Why can't we do anything regular? Because we have the spirit of the Lord on us, man. We are Israelites, man. We have to by blood. You know what I'm talking about? So we and even when we don't know it, we still got to do it. Look at Houston, man. Houston got them big super polkas. You know what I'm talking about? And it can't. You can't just have no little polkas. They got to be stupid big. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm talking about? To where you got to swing and miss potholes and curves, and they got to be super big. Can't just be no regular old John. No. That's not us. That's not us. And we're not desired by any nation. Everywhere we go, they say they want to move out and shit. Everywhere we go, they want to move out. Y'all, they say these black people are moving. They say these black people are ruining the neighborhood. But really, these white gangs are ruining America. Real talk. They storming the Capitol and everything like that. Do the announcements.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And with that, I pass the class over. I mean, you just stay right here. You gotta get on come. I pass the class over to my young man. Go ahead. All right, here we go.
These are the I.S.U.P.K Security Announcements.
Uh-huh.
We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York.
Right.
Rule for new brother and sister. Rule for new brother and sister. Salaki. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10.
Uh-huh.
Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce holy convocations from sheep. Remind Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, that's black boots, black shirt, black pants, black headband or scarf. With that, that concludes the announcements.
I'll show you how to do it. With that, Amajim, which means to stand. We're going to face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakotka.
Malakotka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Asha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Natananawa.
Natananawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Vasalakanawa.
Vasalakanawa.
Kabawatanawa.
Kabawatanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Kabawathanawa.
Walala.
Wala'a.
Taba'ayanawa.
Taba'ayanawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
A ball.
A ball.
Haishayanawa.
Haishayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Walala.
Wala'a.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Lawulamyum.
Wayalayum.
Aman.
Aman.
We're gonna say the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debt.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it.
All right. Now we're going to do the courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Madhu Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yad Matah. We're going to start. Turn to face the sisters. That's right. Men of Israel. Madhu Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shema Latan Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. With that, Yad Matah. Class dismissed. Go ahead.